Okay, let me start off with a slap. Okay, if people are disrespecting you, dismissing you, undervaluing you, it's because you taught them to. And that's just the truth, babes. Like, I know that it's not cute to hear, but that is the truth. That's the tea. Like, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk about yourself, the boundaries you set or you don't set, that's the manual that you hand out to the world, okay? And the world will use it to you. Yeah. So if you treat yourself like bargain bin, people are going to handle you like one. But if you treat yourself like, you're, then people will either rise to meet you or they will walk away knowing they cannot afford you. Okay? Either way, the standard was yours to set. You have to understand that. So, also, one thing about people is that people mirror you, okay? If you walk into a room shrinking, apologizing for existing, people are going to believe that, you're small. If you walk and like you belong, then people will treat you like you belong. The energy you put out is not invisible. Like it literally teaches people how to treat you. Like, personally, me, I've learned this the hard way. Back then when I was focused on, being nice, on being liked, because, well, back before I was a bully, and then I'm a changed person now. Like I tried like being nice and that, and there are some times that I let people slide with little jabs, backhanded compliments, disrespect disguised as jokes. And guess what happened? Like they kept doing it because I showed them that I was okay with it. I showed them that what, it's okay, like I let that pass. But bitch, now, no. Try me. Like, try me. Because you know what? I give the energy I want to receive. Respectful, yes. Kind, sure. But tolerating disrespect, bitch, absolutely fucking not. That shift changed everything. Yeah, it did. Example, how men approach me, how friends treat me, how I move in a new room. Also one thing about people is that they love to make you feel guilty for setting boundaries. Like there are a lot of people who are like that. They will call you selfish, dramatic, high maintenance. But here's the secret, okay? Like boundaries are not walls. They are instructions, okay? They tell people how to treat you. And if you don't set boundaries, people will default to, treating you however they want. And most of the time, however they want is not good for you. You just got to understand that. They will test. Some people, they will test how far they can push. They will push, push, push. They will see how much they can take. They will take, take, take. And if you keep letting them, that becomes the relationship. Do you understand that? Like, you don't need to scream. You don't need to fight too. Sometimes you literally just need to say that this is not acceptable and move on. Okay. Because that alone will shift, unlike how people see you. And that's just the tea. Again, that's just the truth. And also, let me tell you this. People understand, they understand self respect even if they don't speak it. Like when you respect yourself, like you walk differently, you talk differently, you glow differently. Like it's not about being loud, it's about being clear. And one thing about clarity is that if you're being clear, is that it's magnetic. Clarity is magnetic, okay? When people see you or respect yourself, they either step up or step out. That's it. That's the beauty of it. Self respect is a filter. Like it literally saves you from begging people to treat you right, because the wrong ones, they fucking disqualify themselves like immediately. Like they will literally show you that. Okay? So you need to stop saying they don't respect me. Because like that's not the problem. Okay? The problem is you. Is you let them, like you letting them disrespect you. If someone disrespects you once and you check it, it's over. Okay? If someone disrespects you once and you let it slide, it's a fucking green light. Okay? People are always going to test. That's like fucking human nature. But your reaction, you as a person, your reaction teaches them whether they can keep going. Respect is not demanded, okay? It's not demanded with words, it is enforced with action. Okay? Okay, so like about me now, like I'm gonna talk about me, like my personal backstory, like for a little bit. So before, I used to let people talk to me in any kind of way. Like this was like the time when I was trying to change. Like, I think I'm a changed person this time because like way back before I was a bully and I was never proud of that. So of course, like as a change, like as a person who's trying to change, like, bettering myself, shit like that, like the drill. Like I used to laugh off disrespect because I did not want to, make it awkward like with people. And also I think there was a time wherein I settled for crumbs because I did not believe that I deserved the whole cake, saying like that. And shocker, I kept getting treated like shit. And also the moment I changed how I treated myself, like everything changed. Okay, I started complimenting myself out loud. I stopped apologizing for existing. I left people unread if they were wasting my time. And like magic, people literally just rose up. Example is that men started trying harder. Friends stopped playing with me. Strangers gave me respect before I even opened my mouth. And that's just the truth because self respect is not just a mindset, okay? It's an aura. And, people around you, the people who surround yourself with, or like, in general, people will feel that, okay? And the next thing that I'm gonna talk about, like this came in my mind. I'm gonna talk about like scarcity again versus standards. Cause like this is very related. Like both are related. So like scarcity versus standards. So, here's where a lot of people trip, scarcity mindset. There are people who think that if I demand too much, then people will leave. But you know what? Good. If people leaves, let them fucking let them, because if someone leaves because you respect yourself, they were never going to feed you anyway. You have to understand that, like, they were going to drain you. Stop treating people like oxygen, okay? Stop that, because they are not. You will breathe fine without them. Without those people that you've cut off because they are not good for you, you will live without them. And also, one thing about standards is that it doesn't push the right people away. They literally filter out the wrong ones. Like if you have standards, like if you enforce it, if you're enforcing standards, yeah. And the gag is when you start treating yourself like, you're worth more, then life gives you more. That's how the world works, babes. So I want you to, watch how you talk about yourself because people are listening. Yeah, people are listening. And if you're someone who loves to always self depreciate, always, making yourself the joke, even if you don't mean it, then babes, people will treat you like a joke. But if you talk about yourself like you're lucky to be in the room, then people will believe you are. But if you talk about yourself, with love, with respect, with authority, then people adjust. They start to believe you too. Like, trust me, because your self talk is not private. Like, it literally bleeds into how people perceive you. And that's just the truth, babe. That's just the truth. Okay, going back, and also the number one question that I hear from most people is that, they'd be like, why do people keep treating me like this? Bitch, because the answer to that is that because you let them. You taught them that, you are okay with disrespect. You taught them that you will stay no matter what. You taught them that your boundaries are negotiable, and that's the problem. It's not about being cruel. It's literally just about you being clear. So I want you to stop negotiating your worth. You need to stop teaching people that they can treat you badly and still have access. Because no, babes, no, you need to respect yourself enough to walk away. So this is going to be like my final slap or like final message. People treat you how you treat yourself. Yeah, that's the title. People treat you how you treat yourself. I've decided on the title of this video. Yeah, that's the title. This is the 16th episode of my of Real and Raw by Cyber, like my podcast series. And yeah, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line, okay? So if you want respect, you have to give it to yourself first, okay? If you want love, then you have to show yourself love first. If you want loyalty, you have to stop betraying yourself. Okay? The world is not going to hand you better treatment just because you're a good person. Okay? The world follows your lead, and your lead is either I'm worth everything or I'm worth nothing. Yeah, just in between. So I want you to stop crying, okay? Stop crying about people not respecting you. Start respecting yourself so loud that they have no fucking choice but to follow. And if they don't, fucking walk away, fucking cut them off. Because you will never lose anything worth keeping by respecting yourself. And that's just the truth, okay? So this is the 16th episode. Literally, I just focused on the main topic. And yeah, if you're listening right now, like if you've watched until the end of the video, I love you. Thank you for watching. Share this to your friends and like family if you think that they will benefit from like watching me and like listening from me. My socials are on the description box below. Y'all better follow me on my socials and subscribe on my, it's on the link tree. You know the drill, babes. Okay. I'll see you guys on the next one.